So given the fact that we had to essentially cram 3 new refresh updates into a single video, I imagine a lot of nuance was lost along the way. So then, why not just give every skill tree its own showcase, eh? Not only that though, with more time to dedicate to one character comes opportunities to really compare the original mechanics to the freshly tweaked, of course. So then, let's get to it. But we begin with the question actually, what did Clay really mean to do when extending the length of the Wereforms with Woodie's first 3 skills, because that's what they're all about. Yet in all of my testing, the length of each transformation is actually the exact same no matter what. Or are they? For you see, a little more sleuthing revealed to me that these extended timers only show up when we are actively using the forms and their abilities. The left meter is under the influence of the new skills and is also being further extended by working as a werebeaver, while the right meter is a normal werebeaver's timer under identical circumstances, minus the skills. So you see, we didn't notice that the other day now, did we? But while several perks will be needing to be put under the microscope, there are many others that are very straightforward. Take for example his first tree's affinity, that not only prevents sanity loss when eating any idol, but also leaves him with a little slice of hunger when coming out of a form, so he's not going to be starving to death immediately. But before we move on, allow me to say this, everyone. Downsides are a thing of the past. I know this is kind of a side note, but it's just better not to question it and move on, as really the only things that are going to be limiting factors in any of these trees will be individual masteries and or lunar and shadow alignments. But with all that out of the way, let us just continue through his curse tree, yes, which will be the bulk of the video. The first branch is all about a more efficient werebeaver, and more efficient it has become indeed. Even with a couple misclicks by yours truly, you can clearly see that the beaver with the faster chopping skill is quite quick compared to an already pretty quick chewer. And I think this shows even more so once you get the mining skill up and running especially. I mean, it's like not even close. But while both of those skills are easy to get, you might be questioning what the game means by allowing the beaver to mine harder materials, so note that this entails rift stalls, the dreadstone pillars, and the dreadstone outcropping at the end of the day. And the werebeaver affinity skill, you ask? Oh, you know, just a massive and super efficient tail slap mechanic that might not deal damage, but it will destroy most anything in one fell swoop. At the cost of an instant 7 points off your were meters, that is. Still, it is oh so worth it. Moving on to the moose tree, however, we begin with a concussion. Well, less of one, I should say. One of his first perks is being able to recover from any bonk faster, and it is oh so very much faster at the end of the day. But next comes the potential to benefit from a teensy tiny 3 health per 5-second regeneration effect, which can really stack up as long as you don't just stand there and do nothing, of course. Speaking of nothing though, I have got Zip for you when it comes to his charge canceling skill, because it's just not working for me right now. It clearly wants to, as you can see, but it's just a bit too buggy for me currently. But I do understand its potential, just like how we can all see the potential in the Weremoose's affinity skill that not only gives him a combo smash that deals 136 damage a hit, but also speeds him up by a wee bit. Speed is key, everybody. Speed is key. And would y'all look at this? More speed in the form of Jesus Goose, folks. Clay up and gave us a skill to turn this thing into Speed Racer for Pete's sake, so do with that as you please, and maybe take it over water while you're at it, as the Weregoose now no longer gets wet from literally any source whatsoever. And heck, if selected, it is entirely possible for a skill to help us take no physical damage from most sources whatsoever due to a goose's new dodge. Now I don't have the exact chance for ya, but from my experience, it must be rather significant honestly. And last, but certainly not least, the Weregoose affinity skill that sees the damn thing taken to the skies and plopping back down to earth in a random location each time. And yes, you can absolutely find yourself on an island doing this. Be mindful though, every flight costs you a whopping 20 points of your Weregoose meter. But have fun. But believe it or not, we ain't done yet. Not when the lumberjack himself has a lumberjack skill tree to explore. One of the first perks in this branch sees Woodie picking resources faster, and while it is noticeable, it's just not anything game changing. Oh no. I'd focus on the right and bottom sides of this tree, as then we get to have fun with Lucy. With these these skills unlocked, we can more efficiently refine boards with 3 logs instead of 4, can create an admittedly decent head armor at the dirt cheap for early game encounters that perhaps didn't get enough credit from me the other day, and finally, can literally whip up a literal walking cane day 1. Yeah, sure, it's only a 15% speed increase over the usual 25, and does degrade over time, but come on now, who on earth is not going to use one of these things at the cost of 3 logs and 1 charcoal? To continue though, the rest of the tree belongs to tree guardians, as not only can Woodie jump up from dealing an additional 50 damage to them with skill number 1, he can potentially reach double damages if he chooses. Not bad, but it gets oh so much better. The lumberjack affinity skill grants access to the Treeguard idol here that when burned near trees instantly transforms them into appropriately sized tree guardians. Be mindful though, they will be automatically hostile. So plan for that, or just leave and return to the game when you're done spawning an army of living wood and you'll be good. But to truly wrap things up, of course, come the shadow and lunar affinities that see Woodie being free of any of his curses under the effect of a full moon, and nightmares ignoring him when he's in wereform. Literal game changers. But again, the question still remains, should all of this just be base kit? And even if we slightly agree that yes, they should be, why on earth did we ever think about adding skill trees? And there you have everyone, just one of the several deep dives into Don't Starve Together's newest skill trees that we can expect, and a deep dive it was. To think that we fit all 3 into one video for Pete's sake. I was very happy to have returned to discover the true effects of certain perks, to compare and be floored by particular efficiencies, and all around just gain a better understanding and appreciation for our admittedly ignored lumberjack here. And after today, I'll be sure to keep track of any other changelogs in the coming days to keep us all on track. But thanks for watching, folks. Well wishes to all. Let us return to Mooseland, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.